Hi, this is Todd Nessa from Godly America, and we're looking at a clip that's frozen here on my laptop that I'm going to go ahead and play for you. Let's watch.
We're running low on gas, so we decided to stop and fill up before I drop my buddy off at home. We pull in, and in between us and the street is a black sedan that's pulled over with a female outside of it getting a field sobriety test. We observed the fact that she was in high heels and she was freezing and doing this field sobriety test. We just thought it was kind of awkward, but nothing to really, get too focused about. But they were there, so we just kept watching. I'm filling up the gas tank. When we get finished, we noticed that cop, the bulkier, dark-haired cop named Snyder, is walking over to the passenger side, opens up the door. And the next thing you know, we just hear a very loud scream. I turn around, look, and she's flying out the door. The officer yanked her out the car, right to her knees on the concrete, twisting her arms behind her back. The other officer, the light-haired guy, his name is Aborski. He runs over, joins in. They have her arms locked behind her back, and they lift her up that way.
And I've had police do this to me in Round Rock when I asked George Bush some questions at a press conference they didn't like, where they do crank the arms up, but not even this high, and I still have a shoulder damage 14 years later. This happened in 1998, and we've got a photo we can show that you took where they've got them just cranked all the way up, and you say that they later actually picked her up this way.
That's right. I mean, from my perspective,
that's a torture move.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course, you're an Army Ranger. I mean, I'm sure probably in your training where they give you to know how to withstand torture, you already knew that.
Well, I'm Ranger qualified, but no one's ever picked me up that way. I don't think I would have enjoyed it.
And there's the photo, but you're saying they continue to pick her all the way up.
Right. They picked her up according to they pulled her up that way, and she screamed. She was screaming and crying. She was in so much pain. My friend and I, we started taking pictures. She saw us taking pictures, and then she just begged us. She's crying, and she begged us, please film this, because she knew she was being assaulted. And then, so they walk her towards the squad car, and then Aborski, the light-haired guy, he just turns around, comes back towards me, and he's marching towards me, and he's asking something along the lines of, who do you think you are? Why are you taking pictures? He gets in my face.
You thought you were...
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop it there. I wanted to show, and you can actually go to godlyamerica.org. I've got this embedded underneath the Godly America report. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and show you that here while I'm talking, just so you can go if you want to find it for yourself. This is Godly America right here. You might have to page to like page 2, but if you go up here and click right here on the Godly America report, just go ahead and click on it. As soon as the page loads, then you can go ahead and locate it. And this is a little while when I embedded this story. But anyway, while I'm showing you, the reason why I wanted to bring this to your attention is I was really thinking about this today. This was really on my heart. Our police officers really are supposed to be serving us, and we're entering into a dimension where the police have been militarized. And what really got me thinking about this particularly was some video footage that I watched from 2008, which really I would really like to show you. I'm not sure if I could go back and find it readily. I may have to do it for another video, but of some people that were peacefully protesting for against President Obama's, whatever. I don't know the exact details, but they were peacefully protesting. And the police came out militarized. They came out with these things that looked like tanks. They came out in flak jackets and helmets and all the riot gear, the beat clubs, you name it. I mean, just for a peaceful protest. And then later in the video, and this was done by a Denver affiliate, they actually found a warehouse that was turned into holding cells inside, and it was all fence, just rows of just fence material. I'm trying to think of the name of it, but what type of fence it is? Chain link fence material. But so that really got me thinking about this whole thing. When I watched this video, it really I don't know. I like to work out. Maybe some of you folks work out also. It's always fitness has been a part of my life. And when I was working out today, and I was doing shoulder exercises, and I was thinking about, what Alex Jones had said about his shoulders being damaged, all these years later, and he wakes up in screaming pain. It just got me thinking. It just got me thinking about the whole issue of, what if somebody was peacefully protesting and they were arrested, and their hands were handcuffed behind their back like this young girl. I mean, they could be injured for life through this type of police brutality. So really what I would really like to encourage is just that everybody out there gets an email out to your legislators at the state level and also at the federal level, and to just protest this type of brutality. First of all, I don't think anybody should be handcuffed behind their back. That just is ripe and open right there. I mean, if you're going to handcuff somebody, handcuff them properly, appropriately. Handcuff them in front of them, not from behind. I just don't understand why somebody would need to be handcuffed like that behind their back. It's ripe for all kinds of abuse and injury, as we saw evidenced in that video that we had. Now here we go. This is where it is. It's on the third page if you want to go there and find it. You can also go to Alex Jones on YouTube. He's got a site there, and as a matter of fact, I embedded this video straight from there. I wrote just a little bit about it here in an article. You can go here and watch, just kind of a general bit. But let's take a look at this again. I'm going to see if I can find it. I think it's right around this point. I'm going to go ahead and mute the speakers here while I'm finding it. But this girl, she's clearly her arms are raised very high behind her back, and I was there we go. Let's see if we can get that picture again here. Maybe if I let it play. If you try and do that, and I urge you to try and do it, unless you're a real flexible person, you just can't raise them that high without some pain. So this young lady had to be in absolute excruciating pain. And there was some issue. Here we go. Let me go ahead and enlarge this here. There was some issue with the fact that, look at this. If I go to do that, if I have somebody behind me pulling my hands to stretch, or to stretch out my shoulder, say I'm getting somebody to volunteer to help me, and I've done that before. If you work out and you do anything to increase your flexibility, possibly you've had somebody stretch out your shoulders that way. Anybody got anywhere near that, it would just be absolute, excruciating, injurious pain. There is no way that anyone can do that to someone else without causing injury inside the shoulder joint. The shoulders were not designed for this. So what you're seeing here is you're seeing evidence of police officers who are supposed to be peace officers that have turned into agents of brutality and totalitarianism, and they forgot the oath, which they're sworn to protect and protect the people. I hope that's what they should be there for. That's taxpayers' monies are going to fund their existence, and that brings up another thing also. The person who filmed this he got in trouble also with these cops, and they started falsely accusing him. And I don't know where he is in his court trials here, but this is an upstanding man, an MBA from an Ivy League school. I think it was an Ivy League school. He's an MBA anyway, and he went to West Point, served his country in the military, a veteran, been in Iraq. And they claimed he was spitting at them so that they could arrest him. And then they were telling him how, they were going to, drive it to him and show him, he better not mess with them. When really, these jerks, they work for people like him.